Morning, everybody. Jason, Hollis Farms. It is clear. I mean, I can just peep out the windshield and see stars. About mid-50s. This is probably gonna be the best weather for gobbling we have had the whole season. So maybe they will crank on it this morning. I'm going to fool with some different turkeys. Hopefully I get to fool with them. Maybe they'll gobble. Oh, excuse me. Some that I saw late yesterday afternoon. So gonna get to look at a little bit different ground than we've been looking at every day. Something kind of tells me to go back to them others, but boy, they ain't acted right yet. So I'm gonna go try these others. I think it's best to jump around sometime if you can, and I have not been doing that. So maybe we'll get lucky today. Alright, y'all. I ain't been this upset in a long time. Golly, I guess it's had two very humbling experiences. Turkeys gobbled good this morning on the roost and gobbled real good on the ground, and then they just quit. I guess about, I don't know, 7:30, 7:45. And I had made my mind up that I was going to stay there till 9. And either go in there further and see if I could get them to gobble, or go try another spot. I had my legs flat on the ground, my gun in my lap. I'd moved the camera over to the right, had my gloves off, my mask off, and had put my calls up, and all of a sudden I heard him drumming. And I sat back up off that field, I don't know, a few yards, just to where I could see a little bit both ways. And to my right, I was kind of, when I sat up, I sat with my back to the turkeys because it's so thick. I thought they would come around one way or the other and hopefully see the decoys and come on in. To my right, I couldn't see real far, which was good, because the camera was right there and I wanted them to come through and shoot right in front. When I saw him, he wasn't but, I heard him drumming, he wasn't but about 10, 15 yards. Full strut, cameras over there, no mask or nothing. And I've been doing this a long time, but it still fires me up. And I lost it on him. I was fumbling with the camera. I want to get them on video. I should have just scratched the camera and just tried to kill him. But I got, as y'all see, I got the camera turned, wasn't even on him, and I couldn't tell because the camera was so far from me. And he knew something wasn't right, and I had to raise up. And I know what I did. That's what I've done on both turkeys. A lot of people wouldn't show it, or tell it. But I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to work through it. I know I shot over him again. It's so easy to do. And I ain't trying to make excuses. I'm just telling you, I know what I did and I just screwed up. It's so easy to do with these youth model guns, and maybe I need to get me a full length one. But I'm going to fix one of them. I got some stuff on the way and we're going to do a video on that when I get it. I'm going to fix one of them. I have been having problems the last few years, especially after I got the bifocals and all, when you get down on the gun, and it's a little tricky with the bow too. And I just didn't do it before the season, fix it, but I am fixing to fix it. Not saying I won't miss again, but I'm going to make it to where it's not so hard, not so easy to miss, I guess. Golly. I know when I shoot, I can get home and Sissy will say, you killed one, have a mark right there. Well, the gun hit me right there. That means it's up, and I shot over them. For me to shoulder that youth gun and get down on it right, it's up high on my shoulder, and I just got in a hurry, and that makes it harder when you do have to throw up and shoulder and shoot. Everything just goes out. Golly. I left my box call yesterday by a tree when my battery was dead. I jumped up kind of in a panic to try to hurry and get on something before the afternoon's over, and all that worked out perfect. I mean, the turkeys were there, and I just screwed the pooch again. But I'm going to run around here, and I'm just going to grab my shotgun, mouth call, maybe the camera, and run grab my box call and see if we can get on another. I am just about to puke. We can do better than that. But we're not doing it right now. Alright y'all, got the spray rig loaded up in the back of the Ranger. I am still not feeling good, just about to puke. It is hard to go to work when you done missed a turkey, much less 2 turkeys. But anyway, we got to get something done. We're kind of running behind time-wise, but the grass and all is not out of hand yet, just kind of like wintertime went longer. But for those of y'all who hadn't watched me spray before, this little spray rig is in the back of the Ranger, as I said. What we're going to be spraying today is, we want to kill everything that's in our green fields besides the clover. The wheat and all has done got pretty tall in a lot of the fields. The weeds are coming. I don't want any competition for my clover, so we're spraying, before everybody asks, we are spraying clethodim and 2,4-DB. My spray rig sprays out both sides. It's rigged up to where I can cut each of them off and spray one side, both sides, or whatever. So, and them spray back and out. I've got one hand on the water hose, I can't point, but them nozzles will spray towards the back to cover the center and fan out left and right. So this is a pretty easy project, and when I get done doing this, I mean, I don't bush hog our green fields anymore because all I do is spray them, and it just, you end up with a lot more food. You make your clover last longer. We've got a lot of the white clover in a lot of the fields and a lot of crimson. And one thing I found, that even the crimson is not a year-round clover. It will last longer if you spray and get them weeds out of it. So this is just cuts down a lot of tractor time. We'll end up probably having to spray them twice for sure, possibly 3. Some of the fields later on that don't have clover in them, I'll spray them with Roundup. My phone's going off and it's hooked up to my hearing aids Bluetooth thing. Y'all probably may not hear, but I can hear. But anyway, this just cuts down on so much tractor work. Pretty much all I bush hog anymore is roads and stuff. But like I said, when the clover, all the clover is not going to die out like where the white clover is that lasts year round. But like spots where it's just crimson, when it dies out, I'll spray with Roundup, second, third go around. But anyway, I'm going to get finished filling it up. I hadn't even crunked the little Honda motor, so maybe it will crank up. I got it filled up with gas, got Ranger and gas in the Ranger, so we're going to be ready as soon as we get this tank filled up with water. Alright, again, I am not making excuses, but I want to show y'all what I'm talking about. What I'm pretty sure what's going on with my shooting. This is a Frenchy, whatever you call it, 20 gauge I got a couple years ago. I hadn't hardly ever used it, and this is what I've been shooting or missing the turkeys with. It's killed a pile of them, but we ain't on this year. Alright, this is a 20 gauge regular adult gun, and this is a 20 gauge youth, and the Nova, Benelli Nova, and it will hammer them. It will outshoot this Frenchy, whatever it is. Alright, y'all see they're even right here. Here's what I'm talking about, the pull difference. And that is a big difference when you're shouldering a gun. But I think that's what's going on. When you hold it to your shoulder, and this one being shorter, the barrel is up in the air, and you almost have to slide back to get down. And those of y'all that's handled a youth gun before, you know what I mean. I got a fix for it. I just ain't got it in yet. But I may play with this one a little bit, even though I know this gun will outshoot it 10 or 15 yards. Anyway, gonna show you. Let's see if we can get... Alright, I gotta see if this little Honda's gonna crank. Been just sitting up. Have I got the gas on or off? I left the gas on like a dummy. Usually when I get due, I put them up. I may have to work on this thing. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Perfect. You can't beat a Honda. Alright, we gotta see if it'll prime up again. For those of y'all that hadn't seen it, my little handle's right here. Sometimes it takes it a minute to prime up after it's been sitting. I think it just squirted though. Alright, that's working. Let's look on the other side. Alright, we are rolling. Let's cut everything off. Hard to beat a Honda. We may have to do some adjusting when we get out here. Let's run, let's get Pete. He needs to go with us. He misses a little bit during turkey season. I know he don't like it, but he don't miss much. He still goes in the house with me every night and sleeps with me. Got the windshield down on the Ranger today. Hope my little windscreens will work on this little camera. This camera that I'm filming with, and I've been using an awful lot lately just when I'm not hunting, is this Olympus Tough Cam. The focus on it I know is a little slow, but I really like it. It makes for the editing easy. And the GoPros, every once in a while when that sound goes, boy, it's aggravating. And I gotta do some reprogramming and stuff on my GoPro. I might get it back out, but this thing's just handy. In time, I want to get me one like Tim uses a Canon something or another a lot of times over there at Cotton Top 3, and it's a super camera, and it's got a flip-up screen where you can see. Right now I'm just guessing where I'm pointing, but I'm gonna use this one for a while if it's all right with y'all. You ready? You want to go? Come on. You ready to ride? Old Pete's still been doing a little scratching. We've been working on them fleas, and he's scratching, but I can't see any fleas. Come here, let's hook you up. I don't need you jumping off. I can't see any fleas. I need another hand. I got a good, give him a good bath. Got a good flea collar on him. He's scratching, but I dig through his hair and don't find any fleas. I don't know if he is allergic to something in that trailer. I know at one time when I was putting some hay in there, when it was cold, he was allergic to something in there, but I got all that out. I don't know what's going on. The scratching has slowed down, but I just have to keep an eye on old Pete. Come on. Yeah. All right, y'all see. Pete, be quiet. I ain't listening to you now. All right, y'all see how this wheat is getting a little tall in here? And all this good clover, all that is Durana. And that Durana lasts year round. I don't like talking a lot. There's turkeys in here. The Ranger don't bother them. Y'all wonder why I kind of talk low. I don't want the turkeys to hear me talking. But anyway, what we want to do is kill all the grass out and just the clover to stay. So we'll spray what we can get done today, and then we'll come back and look at it. It'll just melt on down. Can't handle no barking in here now. Alright, I got this thing set up where I want to run about 6 miles an hour. It's the biggest thing. You don't want to go too fast. You want to get plenty of coverage. Alright, this little field here's got Durana in it too. That old wheat's getting tall. Most turkeys don't like it when it gets tall, gets them wet in the mornings. Wheat's getting a little taller than I wanted to, but it's just been so wet. We'll do like we always do. If we happen to miss a spot, it'll take us a while to get this done because of turkey season. So if we miss a spot, we'll just have us a tank to come back and kind of spot spray. Alright, got one tank out. It's not a lot of grass in this clover right here. I want y'all to look how tall and thick this clover is. Doesn't that look good? Turkeys love that stuff. Deer too. Alright y'all, so here's what I gotta do real quick now. A lot of y'all might be mad at me, and I'm probably kind of crazy. But I got somebody coming to pick the Toyota up. I got her sold. Probably gonna be sick over this one. Alright, got tank number 2 filled up. I think I got time to run and put it out before they come pick the Toyota up. sitting in the cockpit of the late model. We are scaling her out if we ever get to race again. Alright y'all, run drop Cody off at the house. Forgot, gotta go get a bag of dog food. Oh, not just a bad day today besides missing a turkey. But on the positive note, the two we've missed, we're gonna hunt them again. Maybe we'll get them before the year's over. Got some spraying done and got the Toyota gone and just about got the late model weighed out where we want it. So, about to call it a day. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.